All right, Pick Three at Glance family and first time viewers, welcome, welcome, welcome to Pick Three at a Glance. OPPB. With Pick Three, OPPB means be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play responsibly. These numbers not going anywhere, y'all. Take your time. Learn how to play Pick Three. Build a skill set and a strategy by tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. There's no rhyme or reason how those 1,000 numbers are going to come every day because they're all random. Unless you plan them knowing that they're random, you're going to probably burn up a whole lot of money and not know even why you're burning up the money. But with Pick Three at a Glance, you don't be chasing numbers, you don't be guessing numbers. Pick Three is based off of tracking the actual 1,000 numbers for your state and know what they're doing at all times. So you can build an actual strategy and a skill set on the numbers that you're playing. Okay? So here, like I say, we're the home of no tic-tac-toes, no date sums, no root sums, no grids, no flips, no multiple different workouts and rundowns you have to use, because this here is all secondary. If you don't know what's going on with the actual 1,000 numbers, you don't have any idea what's going on here. You have to track the actual 1,000 numbers in your state and work with the law of average and the law of probability. Even though it's a small increase advantage to winning, it's a whole lot better advantage than not knowing anything when you're tracking numbers and not know why you're tracking the numbers or knowing why you're playing the numbers. There's no way you're going to know why you're playing any of this if you're not tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and seeing what they're doing. The Pick Three at a Glance strategy is based off of tracking the actual 1,000 numbers for each individual to track their own numbers in their state. You have to put the wheel in to get the fire out. You're going to have to do your homework. You're going to have to study these numbers. This is the real deal. I don't give numbers. I don't sell numbers. I don't tell people what numbers to play, because they'll know what numbers to play if they're tracking them for their own state. There's no other way. There's no easy way to this. These here methods are after the fact. After a number comes out, then you want to use these methods to find out what number is coming next. You want to know what number is coming, what the numbers are doing before you find out what's coming next. And the only way you're going to do that is knowing what all 1,000 numbers are doing using this Pick Three data sheet. Pick Three data sheet, using this Pick Three data sheet that comprises all 1,000 numbers on it. That's the only way you're going to know what's going on in your state. All the numbers run different midday and evening. All numbers going to run different every draw. When you track and using the Pick Three data sheet, you have to track the midday separate from the evening. So you'll know what the midday numbers are actually doing and know what the evening numbers are doing. You can't track them all on one Pick Three data sheet. You should have a sheet for midday, a sheet for evening. This is how I get in the winner's circle. This is how I win. Okay? No brag, just facts. No brag, just facts. This is how I win, by tracking the actual data, not guessing after a number to come out and then try to see, okay, that number was in this method, because you can change any of these. When you can flip and mirror any number, you're going to find 99% of those numbers in any of these rundowns if you can flip and mirror any number. You have to know what the actual numbers are doing. When you say that you played your Pick Three number and you was one off, the reason you was one off is because you didn't know why you was playing the number in the first place. And if you was one off, why were you one off? None of this is going to answer that. If you one off on a number, tracking all 1,000 numbers and using the pick three at a glance strategy, you'll know why you one off a number. You won't be one off a number. You're going to be one off the whole column. So you'll know why you was off that column or how you missed that column of numbers. There's no such thing as being one off a number. It's being one off because you didn't know why you was playing the numbers in the first place. Okay? Now, like I said, we the home of no tic-tac-toe, no date sums, no grids, no flips, no multiple different rundowns and workouts. Okay? Track your own numbers for your own state if you're serious about winning. Now, if you're not, just go get you some quick fix. Don't worry about going to books and doing all that stuff because there's no method that's going to get you in the winning circle better than using the law of average and tracking all 1,000 numbers. The law of average has to work. It's a small percentage, but it's a better increase and it's consistent. You'll know what the numbers are doing. You're not guessing at what the numbers are doing and how they're falling and how they're rotating. Okay? This is the pick three data sheet. This is the first sheet I came up with to get into the winner circle. I had to get rid of everything. I had to start all over. I almost lost everything. I almost lost my home, my car, my wife, and everything messing with this pick three stuff. When it got to that point, I say I had to find a way in my own strategy of winning that everybody could use and not be guessing and chasing these numbers and study losing and saying, well, I was one off, and then using the tic-tac-toes, the day grids, and the root sums, and not knowing why they even played a number or what's happening with the numbers. This is all scattered with different numbers. When you're using the pick three at a glance strategy, every number in every column is a numerical order for you to win and get in the winner circle. Only way that to increase your chances of winning is to know what these numbers are doing. Okay? Please subscribe if you like what you see. Stop looking at the trees and start looking at the forest. When you're doing this here, you're looking at the trees. When you're tracking all 1,000 numbers, you're looking at the forest to win. Now, no brag, just fact, y'all. We got to work with the facts. You got to work with the fact that the numbers are random. That's a fact. There's nothing out there going to tell you which one of these numbers is going to fall the next day. Any one of these numbers, I got one number that ain't failed in 15 years. And I'm sure there's a lot of other states have numbers out there that ain't failed in 15 years. And that's only with three numbers. If you're playing four numbers, you know how long it could take for a four number to come out, pick four number to come out, and a pick five number? That's why I only specialize in pick three. That's why I formulated this for nothing but pick three. Because pick three is the only one that's trackable, teachable, and doable. Trackable, teachable, and doable because you can track all 1,000 numbers. This sheet here, this data sheet, what I did, I came up with it. And I said, okay, this comprises all 1,000 numbers. This data sheet comprises all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. Okay? I took 22 numbers, 12 single numbers, which I call here on top, which are the base numbers. These are the base numbers. 12 of them. And they're singles because they can come 6 different ways. Any of these numbers here and these 12 columns can come 6 different ways. Okay? Each one of these columns represents 60 numbers. Okay? Each one of these columns represents 60 numbers. You got 12 of them. 12 times 60 is going to give you 12 times 60 gives you, down here, 720 of those 1,000 numbers at a glance. You can look at the column and see what those numbers are doing at any time. Okay? 12 times 60 gives you 720 of those 1,000 numbers, all in numerical order. Same here with the doubles. Right here, the 10 doubles. And it's 10 of them. They all, 9 of them can come only 3 different ways, or the columns come 3 different ways. And each one of these columns represents 30 doubles. 30 doubles, each column. Each column represents 30 doubles. It's 9 of them. 9 times 30 gives you 270 of those doubles. At a glance, you're looking at on this one pick 3 data sheet. This one pick 3 data sheet. So you got the 720 and the 270 gives you 990 of those 1,000 numbers. Screenshot it. Make a sheet. Make your own sheet. Make copies because you'll need it. Go to my channel and study my videos and learn how to use this data sheet. Now, you got triples that only can come one way, and it's 10 of those. So with those 10 numbers, you got 10s, and that's 10. So you got 990 plus 10 gives you 1,000 numbers. 1,000 numbers that's going to come random. There's no tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grid, no flip, no mirror, or nothing's going to tell you what's going on with them numbers if you ain't tracking them all. You're only getting a small picture of what's going on. The only way to get the big picture is track all 1,000 numbers to see what's going on with them in your estate, because they're all going to be different and they're all going to be random. Now, okay, so how do you get these numbers? All these base numbers here is the numbers I came up with. I'm not a mathematical genius because I didn't care for math in school. I just knew I had to stop losing all my money. So I came up with this sheet and I said, okay, if I can make 12, how many columns do I need to make all of the single numbers? And what numbers would I use? And I came up with these numbers and they was base numbers. And I did a lot of study. You all gonna have to do a lot of study. This ain't no cakewalk here. This is work. I'm put down work. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, you won't. Okay, 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. Now what I did is the 111 rundown. That's the only rundown you'll ever have to use this sheet. The 111 rundown. These are called the base numbers on top. I did the 111 rundown on this first base number, which is the 012. The 111 rundown. And all you're doing with the 111 rundown, on any winning number that comes in, you're going to do the 111 rundown. Let's say, for example, this 012 came in. All right? And you added 1 to each one of these numbers. And so you add 1 to the 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 9, you get 0. And 1 to 0, you get 1 again. So if you, 1 to 0, 1 to 0, you get 0. So the same number at the bottom you get at the top, you add it correctly on your winning number that came in. Same thing here. If you added 1 to this one, you're going to add 1 to 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you get 0. Same number. And 1 to 0, you get 1. So you know at the bottom, you get the top, you add it correctly. That's why I use it. You just count them straight down. You count until you get to the same number at the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. I'm done. Because if you added 1 again, you're going to get the same numbers over again. Okay? Any winning number to come in, that's why I call this the base number. Now, any winning number that comes in, these base numbers will always be in that rundown. If it's a double or a single, these base numbers. And what you would do, okay, look for the base number to see what column the winning number would be under and mark it off. Simple strategy, easy tracking. I did this when there was no calculator, no nothing, no smartphones or none of this. I came up with this sheet. This is over 30 years of experience on this sheet right here. 30 years I came up with this. You ain't gonna see it nowhere else. If you do, they copied off of me. I'm telling you, ain't nobody got this sheet. Ain't nobody even know why I went here from this 027 to this 037 to finish it out. They don't know what I did. Nobody knows what I did. I almost can tell you I don't know what I did, but I knew I had to find a better way. I had to know why I was playing a number and not guessing why I was playing a number. And then when I won, what numbers was I going to play next? That I knew all the other methods wasn't showing me. So I say I got to track all the numbers. I got to know what all the numbers are doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it. So what happened here, these are the base numbers and all these are just the rundown numbers, okay, that I came up with that created all 1,000 numbers for the singles and for the doubles. All right. Now, since you got that part of it, let's take Illinois evening draw. I'm going to use Illinois evening draw because I've been to Illinois and that's where I've been tracking. But what you're doing is pick 3 data sheet. You're going to do one of these pick 3 data sheets every month. And also, I'm going to have it under pick 3 data sheets. Okay? So when you go to the challenge, you search pick 3 data sheets, I should come up explaining all this over for you again. So if you want to restudy, and you got to study more than you play. The numbers ain't going nowhere because you lost one day don't mean they're going to close down pick 3. You'll have good chances of hitting them. Okay? Now, what we're going to do here, you're doing, like I said, a sheet every month. Also, this pick 3 data sheet, you're going to need to do one of these sheets, which is a summary sheet for the whole year to eliminate the numbers off the columns as you're tracking. That way you can see what numbers ain't played. Working with the law average is the numbers you're looking at playing. Over time, you'll start building a strategy and a skill set that you can follow. You can even stop playing this for a week and catch it up and know what's going on with all 1,000 numbers before you start playing again, and why you would be playing again, and what column you would be playing again, and what number you would be playing again off the columns. Period. No brag, just fact. You ain't doing no guessing with these 1,000 numbers or with this sheet, period, if you're doing your homework and studying the numbers and study what's going on in your state, and not saying there's a number going to travel to all the states. These numbers don't travel, and they random, they cross paths. There's only 1,000 of them. You got 53 states in the 52 states in the United States, and 90% of them playing pick 3. So you think that these numbers ain't going to go to different states? But why? Is that number going to go to your state? And why would it come to your state when they're all random? And you playing it for what? Just because to be playing it because it's playing somewhere else a lot of times? You can have a number play in your state. You can play 5 times in your state. You get on it and it don't show up for 4 years. 5 years, same number. That's why I say you have to work with the law average. I play what numbers haven't played. I build a bucket list off the numbers that haven't played, working with the law average to build me a strategy and a skill set. When those numbers catch up, when the law average catch up with the numbers, that's when I catch them. They have to work by the law average. Only way they don't work by the law average, if the lottery start picking the numbers. If the lottery start picking the number, it's game over because they can pick any number that would pay out the less amount using AI. Game over. For me anyway, y'all can keep playing it. It's going to be game over for me because I know what these numbers should do and how they do it and about how long they take and when I fall off of them because I know just about what the law average and law probability for a number to come out. I know about that. I ain't guessing about that. If I know I ain't no hitting off this column in 3 months, this the column I'm going to play and the numbers off of it. If I know ain't nothing fell off the doubles in 4 or 5 months, this the column I'm going to play and just wait on it. I ain't going to be trying to hit all 1,000 numbers and guessing with other methods of what numbers is coming. I know what numbers should be coming. If I got a column here ain't hit in 5 months, this column 12 is what I'm playing off of. These 10 numbers here. And I don't have to play until something like that happens. 10 numbers. I don't have to play all them numbers. If I see this column ain't hit in 3 months, 90 days, bam, these are the numbers I'm playing. And what numbers that ain't fell off of it. And if it ain't fell at all, I know how to play. 50-cent box, $1 straight box. I play all my numbers off of this list, straight box. And then I might switch up and play it another way. But mostly on my list since I've been playing, they come exactly like they are on the columns because they're all in numerical order. They're all in numerical order. Okay, now let's go here for the number that came in Illinois on the 28th, today the 29th. And I'm going to do what I just did here so you'll know how to find the number off the Pick 3 data sheet. Let me make sure I get this up where you all can see it. You should be able to see it. Okay. Pick 3 data sheet. Right here. You had 196 to come in Illinois evening draw. Okay, on the 28th. Yeah, on 28th. And again, like I did with that 012, you're going to take the winning number, that 196, and you're going to do 111. You're going to do the 111 rundown on it. You're going to add 1 to the 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. And 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10, but you don't use the 1, you use the 0. And 1 to 0, you get 1. Same number at the bottom, you get the top, you add it correctly. Again, simple math, you're going to just count straight down. You're going to count. Well, 1 to 9, you're going to get 0. And you know why you're doing the 0. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same number at the bottom. You get the top, you add it correctly. Again, you add the 1 again to these numbers here. You're going to count straight down. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same number at the bottom, you get the top, you add it correctly. Can't get no simpler than that, folks. That's why I use this. Because it's simple. And it's the only one you're going to ever need. Tracking the actual 1,000 numbers off the Pick 3 data sheet. Again here, now I'm looking for the base number. Remember I told you these numbers up top here are the base numbers? Remember? And I always told you the winning number that comes in your state for the day, the base number will always be in that rundown. And you're going to be able to memorize these numbers as a numerical order. And you'll find that it's the 702. 702, I'm sorry, the 207. And you see here, but it shows it's 027. Same number for the rundown, okay? You're going to go to this 027 and you're going to find the 196. It might be in a different order because you know this is showing it's 0029. Same here. See, this is the rundown I did on this 027 that equals these numbers. But you see here, it's 6, now shows us 916. Same number. But it's different arrangement because this is a numerical order. And here you go. You go down to the 07, and there you go. You mark it off. Bam, you're done. Off your master sheet. Pick 3 data sheet, I'm calling it data. I'm not going to call it master sheet. Data is a little better because it'd probably be easier for you to find it if I use the word data when you do the search on it. Okay, did you see that? You can do that. Whatever winning number come in, you look for these base numbers on the singles and the base numbers on the doubles. Okay? And the winning number will always be in the rundown here. Will always be in there. And you just go to the column like we did with the 027, mark it off, bam. And as you marking off the numbers, you're doing a data sheet every month. And then as you marking off the numbers, you're going to see that some columns ain't going to fall for the whole month. You won't mark off no number for a column. If it's 30 days, you know 30 days, the number fall off column 4 and column 6. This how you build a strategy and a skill set off what the actual numbers are doing. If you know in 60 days, ain't no numbers fell off column 4 and column 6, that's what you're looking at. 90 days, you know ain't no numbers fell off column 4 and column 6. What numbers you going to play? You going to play all these numbers or you going to play 4 and 6? And what numbers they haven't fell off of them? You ain't going to be playing the numbers that now already came because working with the law of average, those numbers not going to repeat too much. Okay? Those numbers not going to repeat. You're not going to repeat. And you, as you tracking, you'll start seeing. You'll start seeing what they're doing. As you tracking, you'll see what they're doing. You'll know what they're doing. Not guessing what they're doing. You're going to know what they're doing. Here's another one. I'm going to show you mirrors, the importance of it, why this data sheet is powerful. Very powerful. You heard this terminology, mirrors and opposites, right? Only thing I use is opposites, because if you go to these channels, you got people don't believe in mirrors, don't be in the opposites. I was all messed up. I was messed up because some people call flips mirrors and mirrors flips. I was messed up, I'm telling you. That's probably one of the big reasons I wasn't winning, because I didn't have a proper understanding of what was going on as things were being explained. Because some people start a channel and they don't know how to explain it and they don't know a lot themselves. And if you follow them, you're going to be just as lost as they are. But me, I studied hard. I dedicated myself to making sure when I made my channel, I would know what I was talking about. And I started off too calling mirrors and flips the same, but they're totally bit different. Go and learn about flips. I don't really get into flips because I can't use them working with the actual numbers, because they can change and flip numbers to be anything they want after a number that already failed, then try to find out what's coming the next day. And the only way you're going to actually know what's going to go on the next day is a column off the pick 3 data sheet that ain't hit maybe in 3 months. Them numbers more than likely come out, and you'll be seeing that when you track it. Now, here's mirrors. All right. Say you take the 1,000 numbers, divide them in half. You got your top numbers on top and your 1,000 and your other 500 on the bottom. And up here, you don't do a number line. You're going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the bottom, you're going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right? Again, you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the bottom, you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These numbers are opposite each other. Let's say, starting on top, you got triple zeros to 499. All right? Then on the bottom, you got 500 to 999. That divides your 1,000 numbers in half. This pick 3 data sheet does the same thing for you. And I'm going to show you how. Say 0 is opposite of 5. 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3. 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. Let's say you played 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7. All they did was play your opposite number. If you played the 5, 6, 7, and they played the 0, 1, 2, they played the opposite number from the top and the bottom. If you played 7, 8, 9, and the lottery played the 2, 3, 4, all they did was play the opposite number of what you playing, the lesser number. If you played the 2, 3, 4, and the lottery played the 7, 8, 9, they just played the higher number. Simple. That's why I use only the 1, 1, 1 rundown, period. Because if you got the 1, 1 rundown and down the 1, 1, 1 rundown and the data sheet here, that's all you need to track the numbers with, the actual 1,000 numbers and what's going on with them. Okay? Again, all you got, this data line, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Triple zeros on top to 499. On the bottom, 500 to 999. Period. Screenshot that so you can remember that number line. Okay? Or if you're trying to write it down, you somewhere you can remember. All they did was add a +5 to the numbers on top. Okay, to get the bottom numbers. 5 plus 5 to 0 is 5. 5 to 2 is 7. 5 to 3 is 8. And 5 to 4 is 9. You'll always be able to put that number line together if you remember the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Same thing if they was playing 6, 6, 6, 6, 7. The opposite would be what? 1, 1, 2, right? Because the 6 and 1 are opposite each other, and the 7. That's all you're gonna have to remember. Okay, I'm gonna show you something here. What makes this data sheet so powerful, and you can track it and follow it on paper. You don't need no calculator wherever you go if you got this sheet. And what I did, what I do when I fill a sheet out so I can study when I ain't doing nothing, I take a picture of that sheet and put it in my phone. Once I make a sheet out like this, I take a picture of that sheet, put it in my phone, so when I ain't doing nothing, I can study my numbers and know what numbers are played and numbers haven't played. Okay, and not a whole lot of notebooking and note papering. All you need is these sheets. That's it for the month. I take a picture of the month of today is the month of March, and I study to see what the numbers are doing. Or I take a picture of the month of January, February, and March up to now. And then I can study all 3 sheets off my phone and see what the numbers are doing and not doing. Or what column ain't failed in 3 months. That's what I did and still do. Or you can go back and look at the video. Easier too. But if you try to check your own numbers for your state, you can't. You're gonna have to do your numbers for your own state because they're gonna be different. So yeah, quite naturally you wouldn't be tracking my numbers, but that's what you're gonna do. Now you see here, all these numbers are opposites of each other. You see this 012, the opposite of it is 5, 6, 7. See this 1, 2, 3, the opposite of it is 6, 7, 8. This 2, 3, 4, the opposite is 7, 8, 9. The 3, 4, 5, the opposite is 8, 9, 0. The 4, 5, 6, the opposite is 9, 0, 1. And then you get to the 102. The power of that is when you're working with the law average, if you see and you follow in your columns and you see that this 012, say it's been 3 months, and you've been marking in 3 months, you realize you didn't marked off some of the numbers. But if you see this 012 and this 5, 6, 7 ain't played, you definitely want to play them 2 together because you're 50-50 chance of getting either one of them going to come out if ain't nothing been hit off of it in 2 or 3 months or 4 months. See, as you tracking each one of these sheets, you're not going to mark off a column every month. It's very rare that one of these columns all the columns going to be marked off, but they will be. But you want to focus on the ones that ain't being marked off as you play. And you want to build a bucket list of the numbers or the columns that haven't played to make them your numbers to play. Let me say it again. You want to build a bucket list of the numbers that haven't played. That way you know why you playing them, because you'll see them come out. But you'll know why you missed it just because you didn't play it. You have to stick with your budget. You can track all these numbers, but you ain't going to have the money to play all of them or you wouldn't be playing. You have to wait. Be OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget. Time is on your side with this. Time is on your side because the numbers got to work with the law average. All you got to do is wait them out and watch and see what they're doing. On the Pick 3 master data, Pick 3 data sheet. Pick 3 data sheet. That's all you got to do. Time is on your side. Don't be in no rush. Don't play at all for a month maybe and just track and study. 2 months, 3 months. And when you see something like a column ain't hit in 4 months, where you going to go get your numbers from? You ain't guessing about no numbers. You ain't guessing. Trying to hit the next day. Don't work like that, folks. Don't work like that. Or the next week or the next 2 days. And then you use these secondary methods to try to find out what number is going to come the next day, the next 2-3 days, the next 4 days. It don't work like that. Here you know what ain't happened. Here you guessing at what might happen. Here you know what's happening. Here you guessing what might happen if you track an actual 1,000 numbers. So I think I covered that as well as I could. If you have any questions, leave comments and subscribe and ask questions and email me. I got my phone number in the description, so you can call me. If you just can't get it, I do have one-on-one counseling with that. Your first call to me is going to be free, but the time is going to be at my discretion, and I charge by time and all that we can talk about if you email me. But your first phone call is free. You can call me anytime. No, I ain't gonna say anytime. You can call me at 3 a.m. You call me between 2 and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll be more than happy to help. So, because I know we all have struggled with this PIK3, it almost took me down. That's why you see that in my channel I got almost 2,000 videos